Okay, so as I said in a previous video, I have not been feeling well the last couple of days. I've had a lot of drainage of my head and sinuses. And one thing that people don't realize is that the head and the bowels, your intestinal tract, the colon, are tied together. So I have noticed a very specific connection between when I clean out my intestines with like some sort of fast, whether it be enemas, when I add certain tinctures or teas that are very clearing for the intestinal tract, such as black walnut, which is what I've been using this week or the last 2 weeks. And then I added in what is my lung tincture, which is echinacea, motherwort, and mullein. And all of those are supportive to the heart chakra, but it's also helpful in pulling stagnation from the body. And that includes any type of mucus, any sort of obstructions that have been sitting inside you for a while. So a juice I like to make for that is a juice related to the root chakra, because your intestinal tract, your colon, your bowels are all linked to the root chakra. It's your foundational system. And I think a lot of this is also connected back to my skeletal system, which has to do with kind of the bone weaknesses I've had and the dental issues. Because my mom also has a lot of bone issues. She's had bone surgery or like surgeries in her shoulders. She has the osteoporosis, leading up to osteoporosis, and lots of other things. Just a lot of weakness in the skeletal system. And this is very connected to supporting the root chakra, which is a foundational energy system and connects to the bowels. So I've noticed in clearing the intestinal tract, pulling the obstruction from the bowels, I've also got very direct drainage in my head. And a lot of that is around the nose, the sinus cavities, and along kind of this area around the mouth. And I have found, gut messages, whatever, that I've felt it and sensed that there's like stagnation around my teeth that has actually supported in the build up of toxins and waste in my head. And as I'm draining now, I can feel it moving out of my body, and it's insane. But today I went to the farmer's market. I needed to get out of the house. I went on a walk, stopped at the farmer's market, and found some things to make another juice. So I have fresh beets from the farmer's market and cucumbers. So this will I'll use 1 cucumber per juice. And how many beets do I have? I have 6 beets. So I'll do 3 beets per juice. And then I also have grapes. And I use probably about a half a bag-ish. And it makes a quart of juice, but to 2. So 3 beets, a cucumber, half a bag of grapes. I do add cilantro and parsley if I have it available. I usually add a lemon. And sometimes I will throw in, if I happen to have some berries around. I did get blueberries from the market, but I'm going to eat these fresh. They're so good. I love a fresh berry. I'm not one who eats berries often because I only like to eat them when they are fresh locally. A lot of the store-bought berries I just don't like. So summer is prime berry season. Right now we're in kind of blueberry, raspberry, going to get into blackberry here soon, and fall raspberry. So I'm excited about that. But right now I'm enjoying my blueberries, and I'm not going to waste these in a juice. And then I had peaches. Like I've been eating tons of peaches. The store across the road from us has a ton of peaches. They have a box of canning peaches that I think I'm going to go get. They're these ones that are super sweet and tasty. And then I've been making an orange juice. And a lemonade. All of these I've been drinking throughout the day and helping support the body in hydration. These are crucial for the hydration of the cells. So I'm hydrating my cells, which help in the elimination process. If you're not hydrating, you're not going to eliminate. So this is kind of a lost piece that a lot of people miss. That's the importance of the juices, because when you're in a sick state, when you're congested, when your kidneys are weak, when your bowels are backed up, which basically everybody is at the beginning of a detox, the cells aren't hydrating properly. You're in a state of dehydration, which is why you're sick. So this is the quickest way to be able to give your body lots of nutrients, very concentrated nutrients and hydration that the cells can absorb well. Fruit hydration, fruit waters, is the ideal waters for hydrating your body. It's seen as H3O instead of H2O. It absorbs the rain and things from the soil, and it filters it through the fruits. And that's the ideal hydration. So making these types of juices are super crucial in early parts of detox. And if you ever want to do kind of a cleansing of the body, if you are feeling sick for whatever reason, using juices is crucial. A lot of people have their argument against juices. I used to. Now I've seen how powerfully supportive they are. A lot of people go back and be like, oh, well, if we look back in history, we didn't have juicers. People weren't juicing. Yeah, we also weren't raising animals in the way they do and slaughtering them in the way they do. We also didn't have grocery stores. We also weren't living packed in cities the way we're like. There's so many factors that have brought us to the place we are, and we have to work backwards to bring your body back into balance. So that means utilizing the resources we have today that is most beneficial to your healing. And yeah, sometimes that means using modern tools. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, especially when we're talking in terms of like growing fruits year round, being able to have a greenhouse, using water containment systems, using the sustainable homes. All these are intelligent designs that we have as far as technology goes that we should be utilizing. It's not about going back to the way we lived more primitively. We want to evolve into a more advanced way of living that is also in tune with nature, where we want to blend the two, not completely eliminate technology from our lives, because tech can be beneficial if we're using it properly. So that's just what I'm doing today, and then I go to work tonight. So this is my project.